Hello friends, welcome to our channel Knowledge Amplifier. So in my previous video, I have already started discussion on the project related to image analysis based solution for counting coin change in a bank, where we started with this particular test image, which is suppose captured by the camera which is present on the top of the countertop. Okay, and then we have applied segmentation and different morphological operation and computed the area and the centroids. Okay, so here let me just run this particular part. Here this was our thresholded, global thresholded using Otsu's method image which we have got. Then we have applied dilation to remove all the holes, but we have seen that due to application of dilation, different binary objects just got merged. To separate those, we have applied erosion, right, and we got this kind of eroded image. Then to know whether this a single object is belonging to dime coin or quarter coin or nickel coin, what we have done, we have computed the correlation and we have stored those in a D variable. So basically, if I just run this particular part, this D matrix, the first columns are storing the correlation with respect to one particular binary object with proper dime shape binary object, the second one with respect to nickel, and the third one with respect to quarter, right? And then what we are doing now, this time here if you see, we have the features but we don't know the output level, so obviously we are going to use k-means clustering algorithm, and here we know k value as 3, so we are going to use k-means clustering algorithm and group different binary objects into 3 clusters, because either that particular coin will belonging to nickel, or that will be quarter, or that will be dime. Okay, so here I am using RNG0. Why RNG0? Because suppose you are running your code now, you are getting one result. After 2 hours or 3 hours you are running your code, you don't want that you will be getting different result, right? So that I am mentioning RNG0, because in k-means algorithm, if you recall, whether you are using k-means, simple k-means or k-means plus plus, the first point will be initialized randomly, right? So to avoid getting different result, I am using RNG0. Then I am using k-means of on my matrix D and the k value 3 and replicates 10, so that what will happen, that it will not return us the result of local solution, it will give us the global solution. Okay, so I can run just this particular 2 lines, and here we can see the cluster indexes. Okay, so CLS INIT, so cluster indexes we are getting like this. Now the thing is that whether third cluster is for dime or quarter or nickel, we don't know which cluster is belonging to which coin. So what we can do, we can take average area of each cluster, and as the quarter cluster quarter coins having biggest diameter, so we can understand for that particular cluster which is having maximum average area, that will be belonging to quarter cluster. And we have seen that dime coin has minimum size, right, minimum diameter, so that particular cluster which will be having minimum average area, that will be belonging to dime, and the middle one will be belonging to nickel, right? So what I am doing here, you can see I am just extracting those indexes which are belonging to cluster 1. Using this particular one, I am extracting those indexes which are belonging to cluster 2, and using this we are extracting those indexes which are belonging to cluster 3. This cluster 1, 2, 3 are basically computed by k-means. Okay, now what we are doing, we are computing the average areas for each cluster. Okay, so average of area of class 1. Okay, mean of component size. What is component size? Component size is storing the area for each binary object, and we are taking mean only for those elements which are belonging to cluster 1. Then similarly here we are computing mean for all those binary objects areas which are belonging to cluster 2, and this one, using this we are computing all those binary objects areas which are belonging to cluster 3. Okay, then what we are doing here we are creating one matrix. Basically we are adding two more columns in my D matrix, where D equal to D CLS INIT and zeros of length of CLS INIT comma 1. That is D matrix, which is storing the correlation with respect to different filter, that is nickel filter or dime filter or quarter filter. With that I am putting one new column which is storing the cluster indexes computed by our K-means algorithm, and one more zero column I am adding. Then I am iterating. Okay, so for I equal to 1 colon length of cluster index, if cluster index equal to 1, then in this particular zero column, which is basically fifth column of my this particular D matrix, I am putting if cluster index is 1, then I am putting average area of cluster 1. If cluster index is 2, I am putting average area of cluster 2. If cluster index is 3, I am putting average area of cluster 3. So what will happen in this D matrix, in the last column, the cluster's average area will be stored for each row. Okay, and this is with respect to cluster we are storing. Then mean value and max value we are computing. Okay, among all those three average area clusters, which one is having mean value and which one is having max value we are storing. Now what we want, whatever belonging to dime cluster we want to classify them as 1, whatever belonging to nickel cluster we want to classify them as 2, whatever belonging to quarter cluster we want to classify them as 3. Okay, so we are adding one more extra column and we are iterating. If D of I comma 5 is equal to mean value, that means that particular row is belonging to that particular cluster for which average area is minimum. We know that is becoming dime cluster, dime coin. So D of I comma 6 equal to 1. D of I comma 6 means the new column which we have created here. Else if D of I comma 6 equal to max value, if there is maximum, then we know that is belonging to quarter. So I am making that as 3. Else that will be nickel, right? So nickel. So actually the classification result outcome is stored in the sixth column of my D matrix. So class is D of colon comma 6. So see how we are using K-means for classification. Okay, so we have used K-means. Now we don't know which particular cluster is for which coin. So what we have computed? We have computed average area of individual cluster, and then minimum average area we are mapping to dime, moderate one we are mapping to nickel, maximum one we are mapping to quarter, because here we have seen that dime has having minimum diameter, quarter has having biggest diameter, and nickel is having moderate diameter. Okay, now we just need to label those. Okay, so for there here tot count. Okay, total count or total value of that particular coins, different coins present in that particular image also we want to compute. Here I am using figure, image SCIM. Now this particular part is just final labeling. Okay, nothing else. So I am showing our original image, and here I am iterating in my class. Okay, class init or whatever you can use via class also, because both having same size. Here I am calling one function, add coin to plot and count. Okay, so here I have created this particular function, add coin to plot and count. This is nothing but it used to plot one circle. Okay, we are passing the centroids and the class. Okay, so if that is dime class, then one particular color circle will be plotted. If that is belonging to nickel class, then another color based circle will be plotting. If that is belonging to quarter class, some other circular shape, other color will be plotting, right? So as you know, x equal to a plus r cos theta, y equal to b plus r sin theta. Here a and b will be our centroids of different binary objects. So here we are taking the range 0 to 2 pi with incrementation of 2 pi by 32. RD for our dime filter 22. Time was minimum. Then next one our for nickel, and next one for quarter. Okay, so RD 22, RN for nickel 30 radius I am taking, and for quarter 40 I am taking. And then if cluster equal to 1, that means that is dime. So I am plotting using red color. Okay, and suppose dime value, okay, is 10. So we'll be returning this also, so that if we want later we can count total amount present in that image. Else if cluster equal to 2, that means that is nickel. For nickel I am giving value 5. Okay, and that is our plotted like this, x equal to a plus r cos theta, y equal to b plus r sin theta format, parametric equation of circle. and green color we are plotting, and if there is quarter, that time coin value is 25, and here we are plotting using magenta color. Simple, right? Give the proper radius, right? And then plot. We are plotting that, simultaneously we are returning value, okay, so that we can add which coin has how much value. X plot, Y plot, COL. Okay, COL is basically which one? Color. Okay, X plot, Y plot is the plotting part, which we are computing here itself, right? And here if you check in this part, what we are doing, we are calling that particular function add coin to plot and count. Okay, and here centroid of I comma 1 and centroid of I comma 2, each time you are passing the centroid, and here CLS of I, the corresponding class, actual class we are passing, which is stored in 6th column of D matrix, and total count in this empty matrix we are storing the count, that is what is the value for our quarter coin, what is the value for our nickel coin, what is the value for our dime coin, etc. And finally we are summing them up. Okay, so this is the simple way. And here also this particular function is present. This particular function I will be providing in the description box or in the comment section. If you want, you can go through that. Okay, so here now if I just run this whole code, here you can see 3 different coins are clustered into 3 different colors properly. So if nickel, that is green color, if dime, that is red color, and if quarter, that is magenta color. Okay, and total count value is 170. So this is how we can do our coin classification. I hope you have understood this. Complete code will be provided in the description box or in the comment section. If you want, you can go through that. Thank you.